Yes, sir. Welcome to the Tennessee Titans podcast, Titans Colosseum. Y'all know what it is, man. We got them pesky little kittens from Jacksonville coming up to Nashville to play us. Hey, it's your two hosts, baby, RJ Ellison and my boy Leonard Firestone. Let's go ahead and do this thing, man.
That's good. That's good. What's good, chat? How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all liking and commenting and sharing in there, and you're letting us know y'all's opinion while we debating and we talking over here as well. So,
Yes, sir.
let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's go ahead and get the boys in here. We finna go ahead and talk football, man. Got my boy Trayshawn in here. You know what it is.
What's up, my people?
You got Cold City Gaming. He a Jaguar fan. You know, so let's go ahead and welcome him. Let's get the Jaguar fans in here. And
How's it going, everybody?
Josh Allen. You know
Hey.
The Josh Allen.
The best Josh Allen in Jacksonville, I'll tell you that.
Yes, sir. He another Jaguar fan. But yeah, we gonna talk. So, how y'all feeling about this game coming Sunday, man? Let's get the Jaguar opinion first.
Oh,
Josh, you want to take this one?
I don't know, man. Listen, all I can say, if Trevor doesn't start and CJ Beathard's in, y'all better watch out. That's all I'm saying. No, I mean it's a weirdly all of a sudden hard to predict game, right? Like, the Titans, while they're leading the division, y'all haven't looked like world beaters, and the Jaguars have these flash in the pan moments where all of a sudden it's like, wait, are they good or are they not good, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like historically, Derrick Henry likes to come to Duval and show out for his family and friends, and I feel like that's going to happen again. Historically, that's been accurate, and so I'm not looking forward to it really.
I just need my defense to not get an ESPN highlight stiff arm from Derrick Henry just from one game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I learned this after we got cooked by the Eagles, man. I couldn't even watch ESPN anymore just because all they showed was AJ Brown snagging on that corner. Right. I was like, oh Lord, they threw Christian on I said, I can't even watch ESPN.
I'm glad that overshadowed DJ Shark doing the same thing to us, because that was incredible. I mean, he even got the game ball at the end. I had to scroll and see that. So yeah, I feel your pain on that one.
Because the same thing happened to the Colts when Malik Hooker, he was tearing them up. Like, he had a TD, he had a pick, a fumble, all that stuff.
What did we do to make the football gods mad, dude? This is insane. This season is trash.
Ask your owner, man. That's the one thing that's the same thing and keeps doing the same thing over and don't want to change nothing. Y'all changing out stuff. But like our GM was, but it's y'all's owner. I don't know what to tell y'all in that situation.
Yeah, I don't think he knows. I mean, clearly, it's not a well-run organization, right? I don't know what to say other than that, right? So, what can you do? But I don't know, man. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans beat the Jaguars by 3 touchdowns, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars somehow win by 10. Like, it's one of the, like I said, it's just weird. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
I feel like there's some players in our locker room right now that just got an extra boost of motivation, kind of like a fire underneath their ass. The guy that kind of preached for them to come to this team and nobody really wanted, and you ain't really been getting into the coaching scheme. That guy's out the door now. A new guy's about to come in. That guy. So it's a whole new evaluation process, right? The guy that brought you here is no longer here. A new guy's about to come in. You got to earn your keeps. There's a lot of people on our roster that might not be here next year, and it's time to show what they're going to show on this field. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of players on that Tennessee Titan that come out and play with a lot more motivation now, because literally their job is on the line.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think it helps your team that the game's in Nashville too. So I think
It's gonna be a lot of change coming to Nashville, man. We've been trying to predict some things. We're trying to predict who's gonna get cut at the end of this season. We're trying to see who we can go after. You know what I'm saying? At the end of this season, I feel like it's put it better. And it starts Sunday. So we'll see what we got going on. See how people respond to us getting rid of J-Rob. So see how it goes.
Yeah, it must be nice to have a team that'll actually fire your GM when he doesn't do a good job.
Man, I didn't think she was going to actually do it. Like, we've talked about it a couple of times, because like he just doesn't re-sign nobody. You don't retain nobody. Our salary is shit. It's just like our talent is slowly getting worse and worse on the team. So it's like he's doing a good job, but he's not doing the full job we need him to do. So Yeah, so I was surprised that she did it and when she did it, but it makes sense to me that she did it. So I'm happy though. I just don't know what we're gonna go as the next step.
Yeah, and I think Trent Baalke has the opposite problem. He can draft pretty well, but the veterans that he brings in from other teams just aren't good. Jags defense is the second highest paid defense in the league, and they're awful. They're just terrible.
Well, that's what John Robinson was doing, bringing people in and miss.
Yep, pretty much how we feel, man. I mean, if we not gonna have, the money on the salary cap, I mean, we should have a team to show for it. I mean, there should be little to no holes. And what we got, I mean, our holes are major. I mean, we can't even function right now offensively because of the offensive line. And what I'm afraid of is we're going to mess around and end up looking the same way on defense at some point if we don't bring the offense along.
Yeah, it seems like they're starting to get tired, especially on defense, and like teams starting to get there to be more physical than we are, and that shouldn't happen.
No, because it's like their spirits are getting broke by how the offense is having to run. But like I said, I think some things are about to change out there. I don't think we're going to see as many drop balls from certain wide receivers that get time to come step in games. I don't think like our left tackle situation. He got to go. We got to finish that. I don't think this going to make no move. But I see us running all over Jacksonville this coming week.
I think if the game goes that way, the Titans win. If it turns into a shootout and the Jags offense gets any sort of momentum, I think then that's where it gets dangerous.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Todd Downing's on his way out too, because the way Mike Vrabel was talking in his press conference, like we all know now that this is business. It doesn't matter what your personal relationships is with nobody. This is business. And if you're not doing your job, you're going to have to go. So I think Downing's going to be next. So I think he might be a little scared. And when he's scared, what does he do? He goes back to simplifying that game plan, and we go run again.
Yeah.
The run ain't been working lately, though, man.
Yeah, I feel like we need to pass a little bit more.
That's what I feel like, too.
Yeah, man, let the pass open up the run. I mean, teams is locking in on the run. I mean, like I said the other night, they putting 5 and 6 down linemen up there and, saying, hey, run the ball. We ready for you.
And but
teams used to do that to you guys, and you would keep running Henry, and it was like Henry got stronger as the game went on. And at least I admittedly have not watched all of the Titans games this year, but I haven't seen a game where Henry has they've kept feeding him the ball, and he did one of those things where it's like he just got better and better and better as the game went on. So I sincerely hope it doesn't happen this Sunday.
I'll probably say it's one game, the Texans game or the Raiders game.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like they're trying to force the pass too much right now. And I'm with you. Like, I do want the pass to be incorporated, but kind of like what we're saying again. Treylon Burks is out. Who we going to throw the ball to?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We need to get just back to the basics. I know it's tiresome and repetitive sometimes, and we want to open up the pass game, but it's getting to the point like we're forcing it, and it's not working, and we're taking the ball out of Henry's hands when the ball needs to be in Henry's hands. Sometimes, like, in those early quarters, he's running into brick walls, but those third and fourth quarters is usually when defenses are tired by that time. But our O-line is not blocking like our O-line has been blocking, and that's where it needs to change the most.
And that's why Derrick Henry hasn't been looking like the same Derrick Henry. Our offensive line has been like historically bad, like to the point where like we got this dude named Dennis Daly, and I don't even understand how he's on the team. Like, dude, literally, like, he gets put on his butt like every other game, and we're like, why is this dude starting?
Is he the guy that got like thrown out of the stadium almost in that one block?
Yes. It's not every other game, bro. It's multiple plays a game. Yeah.
Like he's terrible. I don't understand how we can't find a practice squad offensive lineman that plays better than him.
Yeah, we have one of those. His name's Dewey Wingard, and I still don't understand. As much as I like him, I don't understand how he's even on the roster, man. And
then we have a left guard that's the same size as Derrick Henry. Like, he's literally 255 pounds. Hey, and I don't understand how he's starting. I mean, he ain't making no type of holes for Derrick Henry. Like, unbelievable.
And they call him a $1 steak because he's tough as nails, but he's little.
No.
That dude is small.
And you can have all the toughness in the world, but if you ain't got the strength to hold up, man, you're gonna get whooped. And that's what we're seeing with Brewer. The Daily just all out suck. I mean, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, that man right there has got a highlight reel of him getting whooped, and it is awful.
Yeah,
He's getting people paid. That lets you know that he's bad. Like, he's terrible. He's getting people paid.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish I had more to like trash talk, man. Like, it's feeling like an emotional support group more than anything.
How good is the Jags D line? Yeah, because that's the only thing I've been worried about coming into these games.
They're decent against the run, terrible pass rushing. I'd be surprised if they get a sack at all.
No, you'll get a sack.
No, you'll get a sack. Our left side of our line is horrible.
Yeah,
I'll get a sack.
That left
as long
tackle.
as the pass rush is decent or whatever. I mean, Dale and Brewer gonna give it up.
Yeah,
they'll make Tannehill look like Michael Vick back there, dude.
Yeah.
Daly be back there and be clearly they'll tell him, hey, that dude, that's your dude. He'll be like, okay, and then watch that dude just run right past him and never get to the block. Like, as long as you just a little bit faster than him, he's not gonna get a hand on you. This dude is horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yeah, he's terrible.
How worried are y'all about Treylon Burks' durability? This is his second injury.
But this one's a little different.
That's a concussion. I mean, you can't control that.
Oh, yeah, is that what he's out for this time? Is a concussion?
Yeah, he got lit.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
They hit him. As far as injury wise, I'm not really worried about him being injured.
Yeah, he's not getting soft tissue. He got what turf toe because
turf toe and the concussion, and that's it. So I agree with Trey. I mean, I'm not worried about it at all.
The only thing that worries it about me is that he's not getting game time. Like, he's not getting it's not the injuries that's worrying me. It's the missed game time he's getting, and all the time he could be working with Tannehill and learning this offense and stuff that he's missing.
Especially the part I don't like. Stuff. It seems like they keep him out completely. They make him just like do nothing.
And he got knocked smooth out too.
But he had two monster games though before that, didn't he? Like the 2 weeks before.
He's showing good.
Yeah, I mean, he's making plays consistently every week.
Yeah. But I will say like when he on the field, like you know he's out there because he gonna like, you feel me? It's felt. So he all right.
I wish we threw it to him more, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I feel like he be open for these deep balls. And he needs to start getting targets like that. And I just feel like
scheming him up too.
He didn't get the same targets AJ Brown was getting. As simple as that. He didn't get the same targets.
Treat him like AJ. I mean, I know he ain't AJ, but we got to treat him like it because he's the best we got.
Yeah,
that'll come with more time he gets on the field. Like that's where that's coming from.
We need the defense to have their eyes on Treylon Burks at all times, and because that opens up Robert Woods, it opens up Chig Okonkwo, it opens up Austin Hooper, who's also Austin Hooper and Chig have definitely done their job since they've been here. And they should get a bunch of targets this game too. So we'll see.
Yeah, Bobby Trees, he's been a bit of a disappointment, right? Like his tenure with the Titans. That's a heck of a nickname though. I love it. Bobby
I can't just put it all on him though, man. Cause like he come from like a system. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, and we not like I said, we not really throwing him the ball that much. He's probably getting like 2 targets a game, like 3 targets a game.
But
you wonder with an offense like y'all's, with an actual skilled offensive coordinator.
Those guys like the Rams, like they had him like coming in motion, like heading off in the backfield. He was doing way more. Way more. But now they not using him right. Like, we ain't got no creativity for him. He's a good number 2 at best, but they not using him right, man.
He don't get open, and he's had drops. Like, he's had some drops where we thrown to him that he should have had. Eric North says it right there. But that's what it is with him. Like, he don't get open, so Tannehill don't look at him because he doesn't reliably get open. And then when he does throw him the ball, he's dropping it a lot of times. So that's where the things is like we got to evaluate how they're looking. And when you look at Robert Woods, when they're running routes, he's not open. He's not close to being open.
Yeah. And that was the problem last week with the Jags. They would have hung with the Lions if their receivers hadn't dropped. I think it was like something like 12 passes that were right in their hands. Just drive, kill, drop.
The 12 drops is tough.
Will not be a real thing until Malik take over.
Malik ain't ready.
Yeah,
Malik
he's not
ain't nowhere near ready.
Yeah, man. People
think
just gotta
he's the future quarterback,
this dude needs some years to. I mean, maybe at least a year to work on his craft. I mean, he came straight up out of college, had to go to mini camps. I mean, he's having to learn pretty much everything on the fly right now. And I mean, he's a raw talent. People got to understand that. I mean, I know they ready to see the guy, but you just got to be patient and let it play out.
He definitely showed some flashes in that Kansas City game. But like the back shoulder throw, the big runs that he had, you can see what we're going to hit when he's there, when he's finally our quarterback.
But he's still like a little starstruck. Like he's just happy to be in the NFL still.
Right.
He's not motivated to act like we're trying to go out and get a Super Bowl. He's just happy to be here. He's not ready yet.
Yes, Eric North, I do agree with you, dude. We do need to get Chig more a part of the game. But what his stats have been looking like, dude, has been they for off of just numbers. Obviously, he's not there yet, but they're saying that he like his numbers wise, he's been a top 3 tight end off of just numbers, off of like big plays.
I seen that.
Well, hey, the Jags love to give up big games to tight ends too. So
I was just about to say that he should have a big game because you know y'all's Jags don't like to defend him, and he's a big body. He catches like a wide receiver.
Yeah, he says, Will McGee said, would you rather a year of being in the game and learning through mistakes or wait around? Well, I mean, even though you can't just settle for this, I do like winning the AFC South and having T-shirts and hats. So, I mean, with Tannehill, I know we're going to win it. You know what I'm saying? It's just Malik, he needs to basically do what Patrick Mahomes did and kind of just sit on the bench and see what the game and learn the game through there, learn it through practice.
I think waiting is a luxury, but I think it's a luxury you guys can afford at this point.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes, it's going to be very unlikely that you guys don't win the South this year, as much as I hate to say it.
He said,
User said it best, man. He's a working progress.
Yeah,
but I will say, as far as nicknames go, Music City Malik is pretty amazing. I'm a little envious that
that's nice.
Quarterback has a tight nickname. So
we really need to get more involved. Yeah, we do, but he's also injured, so we can't really.
Yeah, I mean, we was definitely gonna have him more involved in that Eagles game, but you could clearly see that. But then he was gone.
Yeah.
But they giving him the ball more though. Like they throwing at him a lot though. I will say. Well, at least they trying to. Underneath routes, the screenplay, in the rounds. They give him the ball.
What was I about to say? I was going to say something. Oh, so what y'all think about Trevor Lawrence so far? Do you think he's the guy, or do you think he's trending toward him?
I'll go first, and then and then Josh could shoot me down. Trevor is a generational talent. He's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, hands down. Might not be with the Jags, but that's how I feel. He's grown this season and upwards momentum while everything else has been up and down. And I think that has a lot to do with coaching. He didn't get a fair shake last year, and this year with Doug Peterson he has. And he's shown that he could learn and improve. And I think that I feel like we haven't even seen his ceiling yet, and he's already breaking some stat numbers. One of the quarterbacks with over 100 and that's over Josh Allen, Tom Brady, stuff like that for the last 6 games.
Most games with a QBR over like 100, like this year, like 7. But those stats don't mean anything if you don't win, right? But I will say, correct. I was never more of a believer than I was when he led that 2-minute drive against the Ravens. That finally showed that I was like, oh, okay, he's got the skill. It's can he do it every week? Can he do it consistently? And then last week when they played the Lions, Trevor was not the problem. Trevor was hitting dudes in the numbers and their hands. He was making throws. Those dudes they had stone hands. They could not catch anything. Travis Etienne, he just fumbling the ball, just giving it up. So I think he has the potential. The question is, there's been a lot of quarterbacks that have had potential that never were able to sort of harness that potential into its fullest. And that's still sort of the question with Trevor. He did it once. He looked great in that Ravens game. All right, Trevor, I need that every week, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that has
consistency from him, but that's basically what you're asking.
Yeah,
for sure. I think that has to do with the organization and what they put around him. Like next year we're getting Calvin Ridley, and is that going to shake out or whatever, or are they going to like what are they going to do in the draft? Since we have like a lot of defensive problems and stuff, and there's some O-line issues that we have. So I'm just curious as to like he said, whatever, he's throwing in the numbers and stuff like that, but the receivers are dropping. So it's like it looks bad on him, but it's not actually his fault. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as long as they put those pieces around him, whatever, where he can be great, then he will be. That's how I feel.
Yep.
But what about the guy that y'all drafted? How he doing?
Who?
You talking about Trayvon Walker?
Bro,
no, I haven't heard nothing about him. Bro, up the line,
we haven't either.
Anything about him.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know more about him. He'd show up in the game.
Is he hurt?
Be pretty sweet. I think he's a ghost. I think the man doesn't exist. I think he's not real. He doesn't exist. He's getting to the quarterback. He just floats through him because he's a ghost apparently. But if people keep
we'll get to the quarterback on Sunday. I promise.
Weird to me is people, whenever they talk about him, like the announcers or like analysts, they talk about how long his arms are. That's just weird to me. I don't remember a player ever being talked about the length of a player's arms being talked about as much as I've heard people talk about Trayvon Walker's arms. Like, okay, like that's cool and all, but like I need some sacks. Like I don't care if you got nubs. Like get to the quarterback and tackle the quarterback. Like I'll take a nubby sacker over a long arm guy who disappears. Like, but I mean, if you look at that game against Detroit last week, it was the guy we should have taken, Aiden Hutchinson versus Trayvon Walker. Aiden Hutchinson has the skill set, the technical skill set, but a little bit less of the physical skill set. And Walker has much less of the technique. And he's all physical at this point. So the question with Trayvon Walker will be, can he learn, right? Can he develop his repertoire of moves against offensive linemen? Can he learn to get out of double teams? Because he has not managed to do that at all this year. So the verdict is out, but I am not hopeful. I don't believe that long term he's going to be worthy of the number one overall pick in the draft.
I was surprised y'all took him though, honestly.
Yeah,
so were we. So was every Jags fan I know. So,
Yeah, he came out of nowhere because, he wasn't even in, the top 10 at first. And then, out of nowhere, it was Jags looking at Trayvon Walker. I'm like, what? I thought y'all would get Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
anything.
It doesn't make sense to anybody except whoever made that decision with the Jaguars front office. So, as with most of the stuff, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be. See.
Speaking from a Colts fan's perspective, the Aaron Rodgers welfare bandit approach hasn't worked well. Sam was a terrible experiment. Yeah, the Colts, we tried to tell y'all that
we tried to, bro. We tried to tell y'all. Y'all never listen. Never listen. All-season champs, man. All-season champs. Everybody hyping y'all every off-season.
They said
y'all think we be trolling, but really we be telling truth. I mean, we do be trolling at times, but with all these trolls, I mean, there's some truth in it as well. So
there's a bit of truth in every
truth. Hey, you'll get what you're looking for. But I mean, it's not working. I mean, y'all in the purgatory. That's just what it is right now.
I mean, when you shop at Big Lots, you get Big Lots quality, right? But when you go, you shop somewhere, no offense to Big Lots, but Big Lots is what it is, right? But when you shop there, that's what you get.
I'm praying that the Colts get Will Levis because he's another. He seemed like a Colts QB to me. He's terrible, dude. I don't understand what everybody's seeing though.
You got Matt Ryan, y'all. He can put it anywhere.
They're gonna pick up Baker Mayfield.
Tyson Reed initiative and the Jags time coming.
Basically, what he's asking,
they rebuild next year. Look, we are in a window right now because we're trying to get a Super Bowl with Derrick Henry. We got 2 years, so we're not in a rebuild. We're in the time that we need to get these things and get these issues fixed now, like yesterday. And we're trying to build towards a Super Bowl. We ain't near the rebuild. That's why Malik don't make sense right now. He's not ready. Even next year, he's not ready. It's Tannehill. Unless Tannehill does something that's just like tremendously bad the rest of this season. I haven't seen nothing from Tannehill this season that makes me think that Malik should even have a shot at next year.
Yeah. Tannehill's performed way better than Malik. It's not even close. Like, it's literally not even close. And my thing is the Tennessee Titans rebuild will not start until the day that Derrick Henry retires, or we trade him, or we just straight up cut him. And once Derrick Henry's gone for this team, that's when the rebuild will start.
Yep.
I agree.
But I will say this: if Trevor keeps progressing and the Jags defense figures out their problems next year, it'll be a tighter race. I'm not saying the Jags are going to win the division, but it will be a much more competitive race than it was this year.
If anybody got a chance to give us a race for the title next year, I think it's the Jags out of anybody. Yeah, it's definitely not Houston and Colts. I don't even know what the hell they're going to do with the quarterback situation.
Drafts away from being good.
They don't even know what they're going to do for coach.
Yeah.
And honest to God, truth, I was thinking about it earlier. I said to myself, they'll mess around and keep Jeff Saturday just because.
Not right, though. They will.
Yeah, doesn't that feel like something Jim Irsay would do, though?
Right.
Yes.
Feel like something Jim Irsay would do.
Go ahead.
No, I said if the Colts, man, if they don't get a good QB in this draft and the Texans get Bryce Young, man, I'm telling you, they're going to be last in the division.
It's going to be ugly.
All right, hey, y'all, I actually got to drop. I just want to leave you with one little word of wisdom that I got from my friend Cody here. I just want to say, Duval and then Jags by 50. So, but actually, I appreciate y'all having us on. And maybe we can do a 5-minute sync up next week after one of our teams loses. So.
Oh, yeah.
We
play each other last game of the season, too. So,
that'll be fun, too.
And that'll be more fun. So,
all right, y'all.
Later.
Appreciate it, man. You have a good one, Josh.
All right. They said, has there been any word on who the Titans have in line for potential GM? Mike Vrabel. Is that what I say? Mike Vrabel.
I'm scared of that, honestly, man. I'm so afraid of that because of the simple fact that I honestly believe that coaches should be coaching and general managers should be fixing the roster, trying to make upgrades. Pretty much, doing their jobs. And when you got one person trying to do both jobs, it just makes for, a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Man, from what I've because we was talking about this, and we ain't been paying attention to the GM race because we didn't think that this was going to be a possibility. Well, who they hired for taking over while John is gone is Ryan Coden, I believe is what his name is.
Yeah.
He was one of the top names in the GM race candidacy last year. He was one of the top names every other team was trying to come for and was asking to interview and was thinking about potentially hiring for a GM spot. So he might be the person that sets there. We still got to do our interviews and whatever the rules are of the Rooney rule. We still got to go through all that process and everything, but it might be who we have right now as an intern, or, acting as a GM right now. It still might be him.
So I got a quick question. I know we probably don't really know any GM names, but what would you want out of your GM, out of the next GM that we would want for the Tennessee Titans?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing I would want is for the GM to draft players that are going to be ready to go first day. Injuries could come up at any time, but we've got this history of drafting injured players, and that may have led to John Robinson getting fired. So I think everybody will want to see, the first round draft pick actually, be on the field day one, ready to go. They don't want to, get a guy who has to wait 3, 4, 5, half a season to get on the field.
Well, what do you want to see, Leonard?
I want to see somebody that knows how to manage the salary cap.
Yeah, most definitely.
You got to know how to manage that salary cap for us and get re-signs. Like we can draft, and that's good. And sometimes everybody misses on drafts, so you're gonna have misses on drafts. But free agency ain't as big as a bigger miss potential than draft is. You know what's there and what can be there. So we can't miss there, and we can't miss when we're signing our players. We can't let AJ Brown go because we don't want to give him a contract, and then Jeffrey Simmons is coming up on a contract, and we sit him down at a table and say, "Hey, we want to pay you. You deserve to earn this money. We just don't know where we're going to get the money to give you what you deserve." That's not a thing we need to be sitting down telling our players.
Eric North says the GM that the little intern GM that we have right now, was he involved in any of these garbage picks? J-Rob, if so, pass.
Well, obviously, because we have to hire in-house, but obviously at the end of the day, what is clear to see is John Robinson had the final say on everything, no matter if Amy wanted it or if Vrabel said it, apparently. So that's why he's gone now. So.
Mm-hmm. But I think they were kind of letting J-Rob do his thing. I think he kind of just, when it came with the AJ, I think that was a decision that he kind of just made on his own. He was like, I'm not going to pay him the way he's acting, and he just traded him. I think AJ Brown forced his way out. We didn't have to trade him that day. We did not have to trade him that day. We could have literally did what the San Francisco 49ers did and waited out with Debo and pay him later. I don't understand why we traded him that night. I mean, yes, we did get Traylon Burks out of it, but Traylon Burks is not the player that AJ Brown is. He's not the alpha dog that AJ Brown is. He's not the playmaker that AJ Brown is. You got to pay that dude, man. Everybody told me that after it happened.
Yeah, and we still had a year on the contract with him.
That's facts.
He could. I didn't know any of that. That's crazy.
He could definitely had like you said about Debo, because they was on the cell phone and everything. Like they had like a little on the phone. It was like, man, they ain't gonna pay me all this type stuff. So really, if the Titans wanted to, I'm not gonna say the Titans because we know how Vrabel. He didn't want that to happen.
No.
You see how he acted?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You just traded."
Vrabel was stressed.
You just traded our best receiver. He really, and honestly, he ain't get enough back. If we being real, we ain't get enough back.
Facts.
We should have got like we should got like 3 first-round picks out of Philly, man. We didn't get enough
player though. Yeah, I at least wanted a receiver, a player, or something back. But we got a draft pick, and okay, we got Burks and Malik. But hey, it's business though, man. Burks would be great. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm high on Burks for sure, but I'm high on him.
He just, like I said, he's not AJ Brown, and I hate that he's going to forever get compared to him because he got traded for him, but he's not AJ Brown.
It is what it is, man. That's the business.
Would you rather have AJ Brown right now or somebody in the future who's going to be AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown right now, man. Because like I said, like we said earlier, we are trying to contend right now. I mean, we're not thinking about rebuilding. So we want the best players that we could possibly get. And between those two, I mean, that's AJ.
Yeah. And also like AJ was about to be the person that's about to take over after Derrick Henry. We was going to work with AJ to help us get the ring with Derrick. And then once Derrick left, then we would start building around AJ. Like that was the next centerpiece. Right. And you let that go. So you kind of let our future go when you let AJ go as well. Like it's a lot bigger than just letting a great potential player go. That was our next centerpiece. And that's why then this Malik Willis could have came in. And then when he would have got good, they still would have been a dynamic offense with AJ and Malik with no Derrick Henry. So that thing was a lot more deeper. So AJ now. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it didn't work out for you as a Jags fan.
Pretty sure Texas fans feel the same way.
It's just as bad. It's just as bad as whenever the Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins, bro. I was so happy because we never had an answer for that dude while he was there. It don't matter what cornerback we had.
He's a problem. Because I remember last year. I think the Titans had played the Niners. It was in Nashville. Man, AJ Brown, he single-handedly, like, he won us that game, man. I'm talking about backpacking. And I was like, and then we trade him. I was sick. I'm forever going to be sick about it. I don't care how Burks do. Like, if we would have had a Burst and AJ Brown.
Oh my God, that'd have been a problem. That'd have been a problem.
It sounds like y'all feel. Sounds like y'all feel about AJ Brown like how I felt about Jalen Ramsey. Like he would.
I'm going to ask you about Jalen.
Then you saw him win a Super Bowl ring too. Like,
oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Jalen go, bro. Jalen, problem.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like the Eagles might win it all, dude. Them boys is good, bro. Them boys, that's a good team.
I hope not. Like deep down inside, I hope not. But they look good though.
So the year they let Jalen go, whatever, Madden had the X Factor players, and Jalen was our only one.
Yes.
So I updated the roster playing with the Jags. I'm like, man, this game, dude.
No, it sucks, bro. Like, it's crazy because, like, man, they don't give nobody any credit until they lead the Tennessee Titans. And like AJ Brown, he was never a top 10 receiver. We would be like, oh, AJ Brown elite. And people would laugh at like, man, look at his yards, man. Look at my 800 yards. I said, bro, you ain't seen us play, man. There ain't no way. Yeah. As soon as he left the Titans, I'm telling you, he was top 5. He this, that, he was
they're doing the same thing with J-Rob right now. I mean, we couldn't get any credit for J-Rob. When they talk about the top general managers in the league, J-Rob almost never got brought up. As soon as we fired him, Tennessee had 5 straight winning seasons. They went to the playoffs and all these great, amazing things. I'm like, dude, man, for real. Like, y'all gonna sit up there and do us like that? I mean, that's the thing that be pissing us off about the media.
Yeah, because every week they're after like they're just boring to watch. They have no star talent. It's this and that and da mediocre. This fire the GM. What are they doing? He's so great. He's so fantastic. It's like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I ain't never heard them give J-Rob a compliment till he left. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, and then you're trying to pin what Vrabel's done on him. Well, he has this winning record. That ain't him. That's Vrabel. That's been what Vrabel's been able to do with the talent he's been able to get him.
Listen, y'all been pushing for a Super Bowl for 5 years now, pretty hard, and getting worse as we go. And you see why we let go of the GM?
Right.
Why J-Rob shouldn't be our GM? He's really proving it.
He's good, but he's still learning. This was his first rodeo. This was his first try at GM. He's still learning. He'll go off somewhere else and do good. He deserves a job somewhere else. He's doing good, but he still has a learning curve to learn.
I think he reached his peak.
Yeah,
so
man.
Let me throw this question out there.
The main reason
Kirk is good.
We don't have AJ.
What has he been doing though?
What was Kirk been doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kirk deal. Oh yeah, that's the Kirk
deal. Boy, that messed us up.
That messed everything up, bro. That messed the whole market up.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do they pay him all that, bro?
I'll say this: he'll be a good piece. Like, you know, they put him in the slot or whatever. We got Calvin Ridley on the other side or whatever. Like, you know, Trevor Lawrence is going to be a problem in that scenario. And without, like, let's just say this: without Kirk this year, I don't think we complete a pass, dude. Like, I'm serious. Like, Zay Jones has been terrible. Marvin Jones, like. Nobody talks about our other receivers or whatever because they don't need to be bought up at all. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Christian Kirk's the only ones out there catching the passes.
Marvin Jones was nice.
He used to be.
Zay Jones will be nice once he actually learns like the offensive system and that scheme with Doug Peterson. Like, Zay Jones is a talented wide receiver, so he'll be able to get
3 passes in the numbers against the Lions. If there's talent there or whatever, you know.
Sometimes that's chemistry because they're not expecting the quarterback to throw to them maybe on that play, and they're like, "Oh shit, it is there." But also, it's like
3 different times.
True, very true. I'm with you, but like Zay was very good at the Raiders.
I just don't like his hair.
The truth will set you free.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? All y'all receivers are big.
Hey, Morocco, that one for you, man.
Oh, man. I try to hold him in to Sundays, but, I mean, if you get one tonight, hey, just thank me later.
Hey, don't let it out, man. Let's see.
All y'all receivers are big, man. And I got a question though. How you feel about Clay Brooks? I played against him in high school. Chris Clay Brooks.
He's all right. I mean, I don't know. Who's really seen him on the roster too much?
I think it's like his second year, which I think he played like safety or like corner.
Oh, okay.
He got
I mean, his name's not getting brought up a lot. What college did he play for?
He went to Memphis. That was his last year.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking of a different Clay Brooks then.
Yeah,
I was thinking the one that played for UF.
No, yeah. I played against him at high school.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I hope he shows up
from here.
So you know the crazy thing is, your backup quarterback actually went to my high school. Went to the CJ Beathard.
Yeah.
He went to my high school before he transferred. So I got a crazy story. He literally was our starting quarterback, and he got benched. And so he got so mad, he got benched for the quarterback that we have that I wound up playing for, and he was trash, by the way. And he transferred to a BGA, which is in Franklin, Franklin, Tennessee. And he played there for a little bit and wound up becoming this big superstar quarterback. And it's crazy because I'm like, damn, we could have had him as our quarterback.
Man.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
I got a question for you. How nervous was you when you saw that Trevor Lawrence hit last week?
I was upset, man. I was like, trying to push the blame out on somebody. Like, I went through the 5 stages of grief because I thought, he wasn't coming back out there, whatever. Because I was like, considering how that game was going and how Luck has been this season, whatever, it just would have been right on the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you got all twisted up or whatever, and I was like, man, that's like ace. My brain's already going to like the worst or whatever in that situation. So it's like ACL, MCL, whatever. And he tries off whatever, and I'm like, okay, he could walk. And then he comes back, and I was like, oh, it's his foot. But now, like, there's like he used to run at Clemson.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I said, yeah.
And he picks up some yards on his feet or whatever, like every once in a while. But it's not. They don't put it in the game plan. It seems like they just give him the option to do it or whatever if he can. And I was like, well, there goes that route. Like, because his foot's hurt for the rest of the season. So like those yards that he was picking up on the fly, whatever, aren't going to be there. And that just puts us in a worse position for the rest of the season. It's just this whole like I just wanted the nightmare to be over with. But I'm a Jags fan saying that shit. So
you've been through a lot, man. So.
Yeah.
I saw that and I thought the season was over for him. I thought that was completely done. And then now looking at the injury report, they have him listed as a toe injury. And that dude was screaming, rolling for a toe injury. Man, there got to be more than just that.
That can't be right.
Yeah, it's a lie. That has to be.
That can't be right.
You can't trust that injury report. I mean, your eyes ain't gonna tell you no lie. I mean, if the dude's sitting there rolling around doing everything you say he's doing, it's more than a toe.
Yeah, I mean, he does look like a 7-foot princess from Mario, but I don't think he's like that soft.
I don't think so either.
That's sunshine, bro. That's sunshine.
Yeah, sunshine. So
my question is, so what was the expectations that you have coming into this season? And has the Jaguars reached that for you?
No. The expectations, simple answers. The expectation was like, let's be competitive, man. Like, Doug Peterson came in, whatever. That gave me hope. Trevor Lawrence is going to have somebody that can actually coach him, whatever. And I was like, he's going to reach his potential. We picked up Trayvon Walker, and I'm a Georgia fan. So I compared him to like Roquan Smith or whatever before, the news came out. So I wasn't like too upset with that pick, like other people were, Florida fans. Anyway, so and I think that's a big deal for what it is. But so like the first game of the season, whatever, I was against the Redskins, I was like, I expected to win that game, whatever, when we didn't, and I was like, what just happened? And
y'all should have won that game though. Like y'all really blew that game, bro.
Yeah, and that's where the expectation started to like dwindle a little bit, because I was like, I felt like if you're in the game with the Redskins or whatever, like, and you're not like leading or feeling comfortable, then the season's not going to turn out too great. But we lost a lot of games that we lost were by one score, and it felt like as as every game progressed, it was like, okay, like this is coaching. They could fix this. And then the next game it happens again. And then how many times am I going to tell myself that? You know what I mean? And then the Lions game happened, and I was like, okay, they went from potentially being good to like they just regressed all the way down. And I expect, the defense and the offense is they're showing like some sort of consistency, but obviously it's not enough to win football games. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it now. My expectations weren't met because I felt like we would be more competitive. I felt like we would get at least 8 wins this season, and instead we're looking at 8 losses.
So are you kind of already looking forward to like off season and looking into next year and all that already, or are you still kind of in this season?
The games are exciting to watch this year. Like last year, for instance, it was a clown show. Urban Meyer, Gardner Minshew, and stuff like that. Like Gardner's fun, man. He's a fun personality, and he's sometimes fun to watch. The Minshew magic. The year before that, not with last year was Trevor Lawrence, right?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but so I just felt like the games have gotten more exciting over the years. Because last year the Urban Meyer fiasco happened. Yeah, I got mixed up, but anyway, yeah. So like this year, whatever, it's just been more fun to watch. So yeah, I'm still in this season. I'm still looking at these games, and I'm still excited to be there.
Yeah, it's okay. I know y'all got too many fiascos to keep up.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure, for sure.
Oh shoot,
it's sad, really. That's why it's fun. That's why it's fun to like hear like other teams have like GM problems or like coaching situations going on, or like our quarterback sucks or whatever. It's like, dude, like Blake, you haven't hit the bottom of that fiasco, whatever. Like we had Blake Bortles, we had Urban Meyer, we have Trent Baalke. Like if we're comparing problems, would you trade yours for mine right now?
No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
Do you want to know?
The Tennessee Titans have been in your shoes, bro. So we know what it's like to feel pain.
Yeah. We just remember. Out of those shoes.
Before we even got back on track or whatever. Jacksonville and the Titans were right there next to each other. We had Zach Mettenberger out there as quarterback, and y'all had who was it? Was Blake Bortles, wasn't it?
Yes,
Blake Bortles. We feel y'all pain. We most definitely feel y'all pain, man. And for the sake of competition within this division, I hope y'all get it together.
Yeah, I feel that way too. It's always more fun to watch when we're both like decent at least.
Yeah, the Titans and Jaguars have been a rivalry since you guys have been created. Since y'all only been around since like 2001. Now y'all back in the 99. Y'all back in
95.
95. So yeah, like because we've always been in the same division. So like I said, there's always been a rivalry. Even like I was listening to Kevin Dyson in the car today. He was basically talking about when he first came to the Titans, he was like, the big thing was the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Jaguars. That was always 3 big games because, the Jaguars were also at the top of the NFL at that time. Yep. And y'all had Mark Brunell and all them. So
Now, so who do you think leads the series between the Titans and the Jaguars? Because I got some stats here for y'all.
The Titans.
We'll say the Jags.
You hate to say it.
Titans lead it with 34 over Jacksonville's 21.
I didn't realize it was that big of a margin.
Since 2016, the Jaguars has only beaten us twice.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to go back into my memory banks or whatever. Because I was like, like once we were like competitive or whatever, and it kept going back and forth. But these last, like, as long as Derrick Henry's been running, dude, it's been. Like, I already know what it is.
They haven't beat it.
I ain't gonna lie, both Jaguar losses hurt me the most because the first one y'all broke Mariota's leg, and if we would have beat y'all, we would have went to the playoffs, dude. And I was sick, bro. I remember watching that game.
Oh yeah, that messed up.
Pick 6. I was hurt. Then the second time y'all beat us on that Thursday night game, but I don't know what it is. We could not figure out Gardner Minshew. Like I was surprised. I was so happy when y'all let him go. Like y'all to give us that word, man. I don't know what it was.
Minshew.
I was at that game where Marcus Mariota got hurt, and I remember Calais Campbell, dude. Like the edge was like Saxonville or whatever. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, whatever. And I was just like hoping we could like keep that momentum going, and then it turned into the fiasco that it turned out to be. And that was like, you're talking about like roller coaster of emotion. I'm way up here, or whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, down at the bottom, and it doesn't seem to ever end. It was crazy.
I will say though, the Jacksonville, man, y'all got cheated in that game, man, against the Patriots, dude. I don't know what they was on. Miles Jack was not down, bro.
Thank you.
He was not down. I want y'all to win, brother.
That joke makes me so mad today, dude. Tom Brady has such a punchable face still, like right now, bro. Like I'd hit him right after he got divorced, bro. I'm still mad about that shit.
And trust me, man, we felt the same way after we lost to the Bengals, man. I don't know what it is, dude. Like the Bengals, every time I see that team, bro, I just get mad. I can't let that game go, man. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions, dude.
Yeah, that joint hurts my heart, bro.
And all I could think about that day was our defense was finna lead us to a championship. Yeah, that's all I could think about. I mean, they just kept on hitting Joe Burrow, just putting him on the ground, and then Tannehill just come out here throwing interceptions. Tannehill wasn't throwing interceptions, tied down and was making dumbass calls. And man, it just,
I'm telling you, the two plays that hurt me the most, bro, was whenever we scored that first TD and we went for 2. And Derrick Henry didn't just reach the ball out to get the 2-point conversion, but he was right there. All you had to do was just do this.
Yeah.
And then the second play was when we got all the way. I think the game was tied, or I can't remember. It was like 16-16, and we had got all the way to the 30, and it was like a 3rd and 1. And Tannehill kept the ball instead of giving it to Derrick Henry. He got hit in the backfield, and then we went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. I was hurt, boy. Then the 2 plays, I feel like we would have won if we would just got them 2 plays.
Man,
no, that was a crazy game, bro.
It was.
I remember that yesterday, like, 9 sacks, man. And Burrow kept getting up out of every one. He got back up out of every sack.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's a real deal, man. That dude, he might be the next Brady the way he playing.
You talking about tough as nail? That dude is tough. I got to give credit where it's due, man. I mean, Joe Burrow. I mean, that dude took a beating. I mean, he took a beating all season long, and he was right there in the Super Bowl. And like I said the other night, I mean, if Spain would have held this block, maybe they win the Super Bowl.
I think they finna go back. Bro, I don't think anybody finna beat them again.
Maybe so. I mean,
I'm telling you. They finna go right back to the Super Bowl.
I would not rule it out.
They beat the Chiefs again. You know what I'm saying? So that they win their division, they're gonna be ahead of the Chiefs. And I feel like they could beat Buffalo because they just lost Von Miller. So, like, who gonna get to the quarterback?
It's huge for them. Von Miller, he had, 8 sacks on the season before he went down or something like that?
Yeah. It's really wide open, though. Like, it's wide open, bro. It's really wide open. Like, any given
you got to think about it. The Titans get their stuff back together. It's not like we got blown out by the Chiefs and Buffalo Bengals. We went down to the wire. You get what I'm saying? We just didn't make a couple plays.
And scored in red zone.
Yeah, we scored in red
zone this game. We ain't scored in red zone at all.
Yeah, we haven't.
If Ryan Tannehill sees Robert Woods wide open against the Bengals, man, he was wide open.
butt naked wide open, bro. Like, what?
We're there, man. We gotta, like I said, it all comes down to January, man. I learned that about this game, man. Like, everybody look good in the regular season, but when January comes, you're gonna find out about your team.
Mm-hmm. That pressure bust pipes, man.
Yeah, I just want to make it to January.
Oh man, y'all just young, bro. Y'all don't know how to win games yet in this league.
Yeah, you know I watch January at home, and so does the rest of the team.
Yeah, Yeah, how long has it been since y'all been in the playoffs?
What was that? 2017?
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not that long ago. That's not that
Yeah,
long
we
ago.
beat the Bills and the Steelers, and then lost to the Patriots. And I was like, yeah, that I've only been a Jags fan like since like a little bit before Fournette got drafted.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a Cowboys fan before, and I moved to Jacksonville, and I got invited to a couple of games or whatever, and I was like, I had one of those like NBD Cowboy fans, like I was never been to Dallas one, you know, and I was like,
Okay.
I'm never plan on actually going. I don't even really like Texas. No disrespect to Houston fans who have to live out there in that heat and with rattlesnakes and stuff, but yeah, I was like, I started going to a couple of Jags games or whatever, and I became a fan then. And I was like, I'm like, I live here or whatever. I got a team to actually go to. Like, this is kind of awesome. And unfortunately, it's the Jaguars.
Man, that's great to hear, man. And I especially love the fact that, you weren't just sitting up there looking at, how, bad Jacksonville is as an organization as a whole or whatever. I mean, you just wanted to be close to your team. And
Right.
that's pretty much the same thing with me being a Titan fan. I mean, I grew up in Mississippi, and my thing was I want to become a fan of a team where I could actually go to a game. And when the Oilers moved to Nashville, I mean, that was right up my alley, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up in Nashville. Like, at first I was a Tennessee Vols fan. 'Cause, I mean, I'm still a Tennessee Vols fan, but I'm saying, like before then, it was just the Vols in Tennessee. The Titans, it was, the Oilers was in Houston at the time when I was growing up. So everybody was big Vols. Everybody wore orange. You know what I'm saying? Then the Titans came and we were like, who in the world, the Tennessee Titans? You know what I'm saying? And we started watching them. I'm like, man, Steve McNair, Eddie George. I was a little kid, and then they wound up going to the Super Bowl. And I was with the train the whole way. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I still get my Eddie George jersey where it's like little, like it's only like this big.
Oh, that's awesome.
I still got it. If I was at home, I'd pull it out for y'all. But
That's cool, man. Aaron McNair, dude, he was a beast.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. That was a horrible day. We found out he passed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment of silence.
Yeah.
So do you remember the Super Bowl?
I do.
Eddie George. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was a little kid. I didn't really understand.
Okay, you didn't really understand.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was bad that we lost, but like I didn't understand the magnitude of what happened. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I didn't understand how big. Like, okay, you lost a Super Bowl, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize how hard it is to get there.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat with RJ. I was 14 years old at the time, and I didn't understand how big it was back then. I mean, I just saw my team in the Super Bowl, and I was thinking, even after that game, I was thinking, well, I mean, sucks losing, but we got a good enough team. We can go back to the Super Bowl. Nah, it don't work like that. Even though we, done well. We made it to the AFC Championship game against the Raiders in 2003. I mean, it's hard to get back. And, people can't take Super Bowls for granted. I mean, if your team makes it to the Super Bowl, I mean, take everything in because, I mean, you may not see it anymore.
So I was at
there's a reason why people cry after they win one, man. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
I was at a Super Bowl party, and my parents brought me with them or whatever because they were, they should have been single parents. They shouldn't have had a kid. I've been in bars and stuff like that ever since I was like knee high to a grasshopper and stuff. But anyway, so people were drinking, people were like, fighting and stuff like that, or whatever. But the only reason that I knew that it had any sort of emotional value to it was how everybody reacted after it happened. And they were like 1 yard. I remember that vividly. And I was like having like secondhand like heartbreak for him. That's what it felt like. And I was like, there's a lot of people that seen that whatever that still to this day, like they remember that because of that 1 yard.
Yeah, no, that's me. Like I was younger, but like my dad, like growing up, my dad was huge on football. Whether it was NFL or if it was college. Like when college bowls games came back when I was a kid, we was pulling every TV from every room, pulling it down into the living room so he could hook everything up so he could watch every game. And when the Super Bowl came around, we made it a big event and all that stuff just as the family. So when finally my team made it to the Super Bowl, we finally get to do my stuff and decorate mine and have the little balloons and stuff. And then 1 yard and behind all that hype and excitement. I remember the last drive that happened to that Super Bowl. Steve McNair pulled so many things, so many tricks out to get not sacked, to have to be mobile and make a run and get out of bounds. And all this time to manage the clock that we don't have no timeouts for. And to a yard short just to be the end of it. Just like, man, if we had a few more seconds, we had a Super Bowl, and we ain't been back since. I was 10 at that time. I am 33 now. We have not been back since.
We've most definitely been close, man. We've had 2 AFC Championship appearances after that. The one against the Chiefs, we went up 17-7, and Patrick Mahomes, dude, that dude was coming. Right?
I'm still thinking about that run right before halftime. I'm like,
man, we couldn't tackle him.
This dude, man. I
knew we were gonna lose when he did that, dude.
It was like he was running in slow motion, and they were just
holding the ball up,
they were just missing tackles, like they trying to tackle prime Jamal Charles or somebody.
Man, that dude. Bro, Patrick Mahomes goated, man. I'm telling you, man. He literally is the Kansas City Chiefs. Like if they didn't have him, they will be average. Like he can't be average.
Yeah, whatever it is, he has it. And it's like I don't know how you're just born with that or what, dude. Like
I didn't even go number 1 overall. I don't understand it.
When we were
his unorthodox throwing style.
Yeah, and
that's what it was.
The type of offense he played in, where he played it. I mean, all of that was taken into account. But he proved to people now he probably the best. I'll say he's the best.
He's definitely the most talented quarterback to ever play that position, talent-wise.
One of his biggest marks and knocks they had on his scouting report was he doesn't have his feet set before making throws. And how many times have we seen this dude make great throws and his feet's not even on the damn ground? It's like sometimes that shit just doesn't matter. But that was some of the reasons. It's like he has poor throwing mechanics, and he does. When you see throws, you're like, you're not supposed to be able to do that. But
that's
he does it.
Imagine, they say he can't even read a defense. He just out there literally. They said that when you keep him in that pocket and he has to make throws, he's not the same quarterback he is when he get out the pocket and throw it 100 yards.
He's different, bro.
Bro, like Tom Brady, I seen a clip where Leonard Fournette can't really read defense as well either. And there's this clip where Tom Brady literally looks at the defense, hikes the ball, and from the time he turns to do the play action to Fournette, he literally tells Fournette what the defense is. He's like, cover 2, and then pulls in the play action and goes and runs. It's like he's able to read that. And Patrick Mahomes, doesn't have that. So as long as you keep everybody covered and you fluster him, he can't read a defense. You can scheme up some stuff against him and get him really confused.
And see, that's the difference between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes doesn't need to read a defense, while Tom Brady, he has to. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady still said he has to know what the defense is in to pick it apart. And I like that. It's crazy how the quarterback can play. You can play quarterback so many different ways. You got people like Lamar Jackson who literally, man, he just running, literally run all over the place.
I just know this whole AFC is about to get really scary and really dangerous, and a bunch of really good teams is about to miss out on the playoffs because we got a really stacked division, and a lot of good teams with really good records aren't going to make it into the playoffs just because there's going to be so many of us.
Yeah. True.
Right. That's why you got to win your division, man.
But hey,
if you're going to win your division, you're going to be on the outside looking in, and you're going to be in the mix with all those other teams, hoping and praying somebody loses just so you can sneak in and have a chance, because there's nothing like having a winning record, but you're sitting at home with not even a chance to play in a playoff game. I mean, it's the worst.
Did anybody expect the Bills to be where they are now, like in the offseason?
But aren't they the number 1 seed right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, I did.
Yeah, I mean, the way the Bills playing, we're going to see how long see how they do in the playoffs, but I don't know. They may go to the Super Bowl. Now everybody going to go through Buffalo, and it's going to be freezing cold up there, dude. It's snowing. You got to go play them in the snow.
My Florida balls, dude. If it gets below 74, man, or 70, I'm like, I'm wearing a hoodie right now inside.
Either that or you just hope it gets a blizzard and they're going to send us to Detroit or somewhere else to play. So kind of the Bills might be the place to have the number 1 seed in the wintertime. You might get forced into a dome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not even getting a dome. Their new stadium is still open. I'm like, man, they love that freaking snow, man.
Yeah, man, they want to get all cold and drunk and dive on tables. And Buffalo, I mean, they just embrace wildness. I mean, honest to God, truth. I mean, if the Jaguars were winning, I could see Jaguars on the same type of thing or whatever.
Oh yeah. Us and the Bills are brothers in that regard.
I was about to say, I can only imagine what y'all do at tailgate.
Yeah, man, Duval get the tables.
Oh my God, the Dudley brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. That was awesome. That was prime time, dude.
Them and the Hardy Boys.
Oh yeah,
Jeff Hardy.
The Raiders started to figure it out, man. They win a football game.
What scored in that game?
They up 13-3.
Oh shit!
It seemed like a Josh Jacobs type game.
Oh shoot, I forgot. They were playing a game tonight. It's the Rams and who?
The Raiders. Yeah, it's 16-3 right now. The Raiders and the Rams. The Rams, man, they super fell off, dog.
Injuries, bro. They are injury prone, bad.
Yeah, I was like, I said, I hope that Super Bowl was worth it. I'm like, yeah, it's okay to rebuild after you win the Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? All them draft picks are worth it, man, because they got the ring at the end of the day.
They don't care about this season. I ain't gonna say they don't care, but I mean, coming off a Super Bowl, they like, well, hey, we knew this would probably happen, but hey, we got our ring.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man.
Do good right after the Super
Bowl. You can chill out, man. You ain't got to worry about your team. Like, see, after the Titans win the ring, my level of obsessed with this team will probably go down a little bit because I know that I've seen a Super Bowl ring from them. But
because we got Vrabel, I'm expecting a trilogy with him, just like he got. I'm not expecting one with him.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing the Rams.
All the pressure on them.
Yeah, the Rams.
The Rams was in a bad way, man.
Missing field goals, not line, not holding up. Baker's running around like he playing freeze tag.
So Baker scored tonight?
No, they ain't. They only got 3 points.
So Baker started the game for them?
No, I don't think he started.
Right now he's 7 for 15 for 89 yards. Derek Carr looking like trash, dude. He got 130-something in a pick.
Man, the Raiders probably winning right now because of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, he really the only person doing something.
They may have a good season this year, bro.
Yeah, is this a contract year for him?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
They were interested to see what they're gonna do.
They were talking about trading him.
This was a Tennessee. This is what Tennessee Titans need to do. They need to look at the Raiders' offensive line because it ain't Josh Jacobs that's killing like that. I mean, he killing, but like he getting a lot of help from this offensive line. There's got to be somebody on that line that they can't pay. We need to go in there and try to take one of their linemen. You get what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, their offensive line creates holes for him to run right through. Big gaping holes.
Yeah, like they're giving him holes. They're giving him the holes that he needs to eat. You know, we need to get that for Henry. You know, we get Henry a decent offensive line. He's gonna go back for 200. So I feel like he still got 2K in him, man. He got another one in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll drop 1,000 on us probably
because of our offensive line.
Yeah, our line is trash.
Because like we're working with a left tackle that's trying to replace Taylor Lewan. That's just absolutely just not even worth mentioning. We got a left guard that's too small. Ben Jones is doing the best that he can do. We got a right guard still in progress and right tackle that just I don't even.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, so we trying, but it's that's why Derrick Henry's starting to drop down because we're not being able to give him holes or lanes to actually run through because the offensive line can't create them. Oh, dropped him.
I mean, still after all that, man, I think that Derrick Henry likes, he gets a good rushing game against us, whatever, man. It's like
he needed because he been in a drought, man. So hopefully, man.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just have confidence in him and what I've seen with my own 2 eyes or whatever, or if it's like I'm just trying to like stay off of the hope train for a little bit because that Lions game hurt me, dude.
Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from, though, man. I mean, it's Derrick Henry. I mean, everybody in the scene, what he can do. I mean, even with him being stuffed for like the last few weeks or whatever, I mean, every time he gets that rock, I have that feeling like, okay, this is going to be it.
Oh, yeah,
He's
for sure.
gonna, take one to the house. I mean,
right.
And that's pretty much, greatness speaking right there.
And this ain't the same Detroit Lions that we've seen years past. They're one of the top scoring offensives this year. So the Detroit Lions has been putting points on everybody, not just the Jaguars. It's just their defense that doesn't help them out.
It was just that we didn't have a question. Like, okay, so we just didn't have an answer for it. It was like, and it made me realize like how many like problems we still have. It was like there were people missing assignments that just looked lost. And you're like, we're a little bit past the middle of the season right now. Like that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that hurt. And I was like, and that was like a defense that I was high up on, like, week 2. So I'm like, what's going on? I mean, like Josh Allen said or whatever, second highest paid defense in the league that happened to. And, and that hurts. It's like, because where do you go from there? Well, I mean, what do we need? Like another number 1 draft pick? We got that. We need to spend a bunch in free agency. We got that. It's like, what's the answer to this? Like, how do you fix this?
I think it's like y'all's defense makes a lot of business decisions. Like, there's not many people on your defense that actually has the dog in them.
Yeah.
What's happening with you, my guy?
That's what I'm thinking about for like the Titans game. Like, I wanted to see where like our secondary like have that dog in them against AJ. But the only one I seen was the Adams dude, and he didn't even play last year.
No. But I think that's just it. It's just finding somebody for y'all's defense that has not even the it factor, that just has a dog that like shit gets out there, actually pisses them off, and when things happen to your defense. But
like Ramsey had,
Ramsey and Miles Jack used to, but
and Calais Campbell, all them.
Oh. Yeah.
Because at one point, man, y'all had Ramsey and what's his name? AJ.
Oh yeah, AJ
Bouye. Man, y'all had 2 corners on the outside.
Yeah,
and we wanted him. I wanted him in Tennessee. So I was like, dang, bro, you got 2 corners on the outside. It's kind of like the Eagles got. Like they got like I think their corners real good, man. Like
Bradbury and Darius.
The 2 number 1s. The 2 number 1s, really.
I knew when Darius Slay went over to the Eagles that he was gonna ball out like that. When he was on the Lions, man, he just didn't have no help.
Yeah, he always been a problem, man. This big play Slay, he always been a problem.
Yeah, that defense was nasty, dude.
Hey, yo, who is that, yo? I bet he's a Colts fan.
Man, probably senior.
Bud Dupree.
He's the only one that's still talking about that.
I let that dude get under your skin like that.
Your name,
I think it's funny, man. But
His favorite user.
yeah, hey, who post your name, bro?
They from the private group.
I bet they're a little Coach fan.
Yeah, I saw the actual stat the other day that was showing Bud Dupree's like pressure and pressure rates and everything ever since like with the Steelers. And his pressure rate was only good for that 1 year at the Steelers. And then ever since then, like he's on an average of 4, maybe 5% on a pressure rate. Like he's not doing well at all when he gets the pressure. Like he's pushing pressure a lot of times, but the pressure that he pushes onto the field does not get. It's not affecting the quarterback, and then it's not leading to sacks or swats and stuff like that. So his production on the field has been bad, and I got to find that graphic so I can bring it up one day for us too.
Are we gonna let him go?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he'll be one of the first out.
Absolutely.
It is John Senior though.
Yeah, I think so, man. Like I said, he the only one that bringing up Bud Dupree and Wild Green.
He's crazy.
Oh man,
He's crazy.
He's a character.
He's a trip.
Character.
Yeah. Well, you want to go ahead and wrap this one up and call it good for the night and get ready going?
Oh yeah, man. You already know, man. Hey, thanks for coming out of you. You know, support the Tennessee Titans, man. Hit that like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit that heart button for us. If you hate us, hey, same thing. Like, subscribe, press that heart button. You know how it is. Anything else y'all want to say?
Yeah, motherfucker! I had to give it to him one time, man. He asked for it. I had to give it to him.
I felt that in my soul, man. That was awesome.
Man. I enjoyed the Jags, man. Chopping it up with us. Man, we're going to be back next Thursday. Everybody stay blessed and stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me on to talk about my problems and my feelings and stuff. And, it'll help me get over these emotional molehills and things. If we're starting an emotional support group or whatever, I'm just I'm here. So anyway, yeah, man, it was fun, dude. I had fun, man. Y'all are awesome. And that's saying something because y'all are Titans fans. So
you know how Titans fans, man. You know how we cool. I don't know about them Coach fans. Titans fans cool.
We something else on that message board, but when we come out, when we really like want to talk football, we can. You got what I'm saying?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all having on here, man. Like really, all of y'all coming out here and coming and talking with us and debating with us and giving different perspectives and everything. So, man, we appreciate y'all as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
tighten up.
Anytime.
Sorry, tighten up.
I would give you a good Duval, man, but my kids are asleep right now.
Yeah, no, keep them kids asleep, bro.
Yeah,
don't wake them up, bro.
I don't know. I thought about the shirt thing, man. I don't know, man, but I do it all out of love, man. I mean, I just love my team, and anything I can do to uplift the fan base, man, that's what I'll do.
So
that's awesome, man. I'd buy that shirt.
I'll buy it also,
man. Respect. Hey, I'm gonna start checking out y'all podcast too, Senior.
Yeah, much love to y'all, man.
For sure.
All right, you have a good one.
Yep, appreciate you, man. Appreciate all y'all.